Hi there, and welcome to my at-home flow. Today's yoga class is going to be a really breathy, movement-inspired Vinyasa yoga class. So grab any props you need, roll out your mat, and come into a seated tall position. With your eyes closed, let your hands rest either onto your knees or into your lap or to the floor beside you. And take your shoulders onto your back, so the collarbones broaden. And take up a deep inhale and clear out your exhale. Do that again. Full breath in and clear your exhale out. Allow your jaw to slacken, your eyebrows to soften, your cheeks, let them soften too. And just take a moment here with your breath, giving yourself a chance to get reacquainted with your breath, giving yourself a chance to bring your mind down into your body and into your heart. Set an intention for breath today. An intention for breath for healthy lungs. Intention for breath to help clear the mind. An intention for breath so you may be led into an embodied practice, so you can be led back to yourself. Now begin to engage Ujjayi breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, start to lengthen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. And then make a little whisper sound with your breath by slightly squeezing the back of your throat. Build rhythm into your breath. Build a boldness into your breath. And now let's begin. Now let your eyes flick open and tense your left fingers out to the side on your mat. When you inhale, raise up your right arm and then lift up through the right side of your ribs, keeping both of the tops of your shoulders down and soft. Let the head drop to wherever the neck is most comfortable. And then move your breath up into the right side of the lungs. Take one more inhale. And then when you exhale, cross your right hand over to your left knee. Find length in the spine again, and then spinal twist towards the left side of the room. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. One more inhale, and then release that exhale. Come back through center, and now switch to the second side. So tense your right fingers down and raise up your left arm and sideways. Really hoist up through the left ribs, make space, and put your breath into that space as you side bend here. Again, one more deep breath here. And exhale, cross your left hand to your right knee and skirt back your left fingers a touch. Lift up tall again, and in the spinal twist, grip with your core more than your hands. One more inhale, breath, and then clear it, exhale. Okay, release the twist and come back to center. Now crawl over onto your hands and your knees, taking a tabletop position. Here, begin to move through cat-cow. So when you exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling and let the head hang down. And then do the opposite. Drop your belly, arc forward your heart. Inhale. And repeat, exhale, round your back up, articulating the movement of the spine. And keep going like this. And as you move through cat-cow, begin to move your body onto your breath's rhythm rather than your breath's rhythm onto your body. Here, let the spine mobilize and wake up. Okay, come to a neutral spine. And once you're there, pick up your right knee. You'll keep it bent, but hover it off of the floor. With the fingers gripped, inhale, raise your knee to the right and up to about hip height. And then when you exhale, bring your knee back down. Lift out to the right and up. Exhale, close your knee down. Last time, outright and up, and bring your knee down. Next, kick your right leg straight back and stick your toes down at the back of your mat. Swing your left leg behind you, and when you inhale, raise your right arm up to the ceiling. Next, reach your right arm so that your bicep passes your ear, coming into a kneeling side plank. Push down with your right foot and coming into gate pose next, stand up onto the stem of your left knee and raise your left arm up into the air. Gate pose. Again, lift your breath up into the left lung and the left side waist. I like to hold the back of my head here and just gently lean my head into the palm of my hand. Next, inhale, return the left arm up, and then exhale your left hand to the floor. Raise up your right leg so it's parallel with the mat. Kneeling half moon, take your right arm up as well. Now either hold that shape or bend your right leg and reach back and hold onto your right foot. Give it a little kick of the foot into the hand. This will help to breathe open and stretch open through the right chest wall and the right thigh. From there, release your knee to the ground and then thread your right arm beneath your left arm. So that's a little bit confusing, a little bit tricky sometimes. So you're back on your knees, thread the needle, right arm beneath the left arm. And then you do have the option here to reach up your left arm and wrap it behind your back. Whatever you land in, breathe into the shape of the pose. Okay, release your left hand to the ground and then your right arm goes back up to the ceiling. Inhale. Then circle the right arm back and then down. Exhale. And then take it forward and up. Breathe in. Back and down. Exhale. And forward and up. Inhale. One more time, back and down, and then place your hand to the ground. Let's set up for the second side. So from tabletop position, draw in the navel and pick up your left knee. And then you'll take your left bent knee out to the left and up. Inhale. And then slowly close it down without putting it on the ground. Do that again. Out to the left and up. Breathe in. And slowly close it down as you breathe out. Last time, out, left, and up. And then when you bring your knee down, you'll then kick your left leg back. Put your toes to the rear of the mat. Walk your right hand underneath your right shoulder and then kneeling side plank. Raise your left arm to the ceiling and then reach your left arm forward so the arm passes your ear. The side of the body is arcing. Transition now up into gate pose. So stand onto the right knee. Raise up the right side of your body. Breathe up the right side of your body. Again, you could hold on to the back of your head if you like. Or stay as you are with the arm extended. Replace your right hand to the mat and hover up the left leg for a kneeling half moon pose. With the option now to bend the left knee and catch your left foot with your hand. A gentle kick without inducing any pain in the knee. From here, you're going to come to thread the needle, so release the foot if you're holding it. As you bring down your left knee, swing both your feet back and then thread your left arm underneath your right arm. Again, the option is there to wrap your right arm behind your back or leave your hand simply resting on the ground. Deep breath in. And exhale, deep breath out. Okay, reapply your right hand onto the mat. And inhale, take your left arm up into the air. Circle your left arm backwards and then down, mobilizing the shoulder. And then take your arm forward and up, breathe in. One more time, take your arm back and down, and then place your left hand onto the ground. Once you're back on hands and knees, grip down with your fingers and slowly enter into your first downward facing dog. The hands are shoulder width, the feet are pelvis width. Now inhale, come forward slowly to a plank position. The shoulders top the wrists and the heels top the toes. And exhale, return your hips up, downward facing dog. Do that again, come forward on the inhale, breath plank. And re-lift your hips, down dog, exhale. Come forward one last time, breathe in. And then lower all the way down onto the ground. Breathe out. Pin the tops of your feet into the mat and then tense your fingers wide to the left and to the right. With an anchored pubic bone, peel your chest up off of the mat, a king cobra pose. Exhale, spill your chest forward and down. Rise again, inhale, lift your head up, last. And snake your way back down, exhale your breath. Now when you come up, turn your chest and your eyes to the right, inhale. And then center and down, exhale. Up and to the left now, breathe in. And center and down when you breathe out. Once back at center, replace your hands and tuck your feet and press to plank or kneeling plank. Downward facing dog from there. Now walk your hands to your feet, and once they're there, fold over your legs. Cross your arms into one another and let your knees bend quite a bit initially so that you get a very heavy spine. Have your feet placed parallel. Press them down and then gradually make the legs a little bit more straight and firm. You could nod your head, you could turn your head. You could sway your body side to side or forward and back. Anything that helps to release the tension in your back. Now let your hands drop down and roll yourself up to stand, slowly stacking your bones until you're all the way topped up into Tadasana, mountain pose. Shoulders back, the palms face ahead. Now inhale, raise your arms up into the air. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your chest. Now inhale, raise your arms up. When you exhale, forward fold all the way down to the floor. Take a halfway rise, breathe in, and walk forward your hands to downward facing dog when you breathe out. From down dog, come ahead into plank position or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower half or fully down to the floor. From there, raise your chest for cobra or upward facing dog. And then use your core to raise up your hips, pike into downward facing dog. Hold here, inhale, and clear out your exhale breath. Now walk forward your feet to the top of the mat. A slow walk. Let the hamstrings gain some space. Now at the top of the mat, take a halfway rise, inhale your breath, and exhale, fold down again. Half lift, breathe in, long back, and forward fold, exhale out your breath. Now move your hands onto your hips, and with your shoulder blades back, swing your spine forward and up to stand. Inhale. At the top, Tadasana, exhale. Now raise your arms and breathe in, and forward bow when you breathe out. Halfway rise, inhale. Fingers down, step back your right toes when you exhale. You can leave your right fingers tented or use a block beneath your hand. Now inhale, take your left arm up to the ceiling. Now exhale, circle your arm back and then down towards the ground. On the inhale, take it forward and up again. And back and down, exhale your breath. Repeat that. Reach your arm forward and up. Breathe in. And back and down when you breathe out. Last time, circle. And then take your arm back and place your left hand onto the ground. Next, step back to a plank pose. Inhale. Lower half or fully to the ground. Exhale. Upward dog or cobra pose. And downward facing dog. From your downward dog, raise your left leg. Leave it up and leave it straight. Now inhale, come to a three-legged plank. The shoulders are on the wrists. Pull your knee to your chest, exhale, and then kick straight back, three-legged plank. Now kick up and back, three-legged downward dog. Repeat, come forward, three-legged plank. Knee to the chest, exhale. Kick straight back. Kick up and back. One last time, come forward, breathe in. Knee to the chest and then step forwards your left foot. Now either tent your fingers or put blocks beneath your hands. Begin in runner's lunge with the front knee bent, raise your chest, inhale. And then when you exhale, take pyramid, so straighten your left leg as best you can and bow. You'll repeat that. Rebend the front knee, breathe in. And straighten your front leg, bow. Breathe out. Again, inhale, bend, runner's lunge. And exhale, straighten, bow down. Hold the left leg straight, but lift and lengthen your spine. And then take in a long back, forward bow. Now rebend your left knee and step your right foot forward beside the left. Forward fold. Rehold the hips, swing your spine forward and up, stand. Inhale. Tadasana, exhale. Raise your arms, breathe in. Dive yourself forward and fold when you breathe out. Take a half rise and inhale. Fingers down, step your left foot back now. With the left hand down or on a block, raise your right arm up like a wing. And then exhale, circle the right arm back and then down. Take it forward and up and inhale. Back and down, exhale. Again, forward, up and breathe in. And then back and down, breathe out. Last circle, reach up, back, and then place your hand to the ground. Find your way to plank pose. Inhale. Lower slowly, bending the elbows, chaturanga, or to the floor. Exhale. Upward dog or cobra pose. And exhale, downward face your dog. Take your right leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale. Stay there for the exhale. When you breathe in, three-legged plank. When you breathe out, bring your knee to your chest. Kick straight back. Kick up and back. Come forward, three-legged plank, inhale. Knee to the chest, exhale. Kick back. Kick up and back. Last time forward, breathe in. Knee to your chest and step forward your right foot. Again, find your props or tent your fingers. Begin in runner's lunge, the chest goes up, inhale. Pyramid shape, exhale. Bow over your straightish front leg. And then bend again and breathe in. Bow again as you breathe out. Bend, inhale, high heart. Straighten, exhale, bow your heart. Now hold pyramid shape. Lift and lengthen the spine. Grow it forward. Keep the spinal length and take down the bow. Breathe out from your mouth if you need to. Rebend your right knee and then just simply step the left foot by the right foot, forward bow. Reverse swan dive, stand up and raise up your arms. Exhale your hands to chest center. Now lift your arms on the inhale breath. Forward bow, exhale your breath. Take a halfway rise, breathe in. Fingers down, step your right foot back. Leave down your right fingers and raise up the left arm, inhale. Just once, circle the left arm back and then down, and then reach your left arm forward and pause. Pull back your left hip. The core engages. Reach forward the right arm. Now rise up, high lunge pose. Inhale. Now exhale. Take your chest forward and pull back your arms. Repeat that. Come up, high lunge. Breathe in. Chest forward, arms back. Exhale. And again, up, high lunge. Breathe in. Chest forward, arms back, breathe out. Now come up, high lunge, straighten your front leg a bit, and then turn open to warrior two, rebending your left knee. In your warrior two, draw in the low belly. Twist back your left thigh bone into your hip socket so you feel your left hip wrapping underneath yourself. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Now turn over your left hand and raise it up, exalted warrior. Let your right hand run lightly down your back leg. Relax the top of your shoulders and hold down the front low ribs so this remains a side waist opener versus a back bend. One more deep breath in. Return to warrior two when you breathe out. Pause at the top and inhale. Then when you exhale, cartwheel your right hand to the floor. Use it for side plank. So step your left foot to your right foot and raise up your left arm. With the ankles bent, reach your left arm forward now. So side waist lengthening. Arc up the ribs. Take one more breath in. Next, go to plank pose as you breathe out. Hold the plank, inhale. Lower chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog or cobra pose, breathing in, and downward facing dog when you breathe out. From your downward dog, raise up your left leg, please. Hold it up, hold it straight. Inhale now, come forward to three-legged plank, and then pull your knee into your chest, step forward for runner's lunge. Breathe in, and then when you breathe out, straighten your left leg, pyramid and bow. Rebend on the inhale, raise your left arm, and then exhale, circle the left arm back and down, and then reach both arms forward, rise up, high lunge pose. Next, exhale, bring your palms into prayer in front of your chest, and with the shoulder blades pinned back, twist to your left and clip your right elbow outside of your knee. Revolved lunge pose. Now in the revolved lunge, push down with the left big toe mound, and let your knee press against your arm. Next, squeeze your left sit bone towards your inner thigh so the legs are strong and supporting you. Exhale now, bring your hands to the floor. Walk them forward, step into standing split. So raise up your right leg, and then bend your right knee and roll your hip up and open. You could use blocks or props to support your hands. It helps raise the floor up to you. And while you hold your hips stacked, keep watch of the left knee, point it forward. Exhale, close your right knee to your left knee. You're going to come into chair pose. So as the right foot steps down, the left leg is bent. Raise up your arms, inhale. And then when you exhale, bring your ribs to your thighs, sweep back your arms. Repeat that. Come up and breathe in chair. And then flush down, bow, exhale. Again, rise up, inhale. Last time down, exhale. This time, rise up, stand up all the way. Breathe in, and then swan dive, forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway rise, inhale. Fingers down, step your left foot back. Runner's lunge, and then inhale, raise your right arm to the ceiling. Circle it back and then down. And then when you reach your right arm forward, pause. Pull back your right hip. Reach forward the left arm. Rise up, high lunge pose, inhale. Lean forward your chest and slice back your arms. Exhale. Come up again, high lunge pose. Breathe in. Chest forward, arms back again. Breathe up. And up and inhale. And back, chest forward. Exhale. Now last time, come up. Breathe in. And then open into warrior two. Breathing out. Holding warrior two. Again, rotate the right thigh bone into your hip socket so it's an external rotation. So you'll feel that the butt end of the right thigh bone is twisting back and under, and this will help to squeeze your right knee open. Now turn over the right arm, raise it up, exalted warrior. Remember, let the shoulder blades slip down your back, bringing the tension out of the neck. Hold here and breathe here. Come back to warrior two, breathe in. Cartwheel down your left hand now, plant it, side plank. So step your right foot to your left foot, raise up your right hand. Now reach your left arm forward, forward, forward so your bicep passes the ear. Arc up, inhale. And then come down to plank pose when you exhale. Hold your plank full breath in and exhale, lower chaturanga or to the ground. Upward dog or cobra pose, and downward facing dog. From your downward dog, raise up your right leg, please. Hold it up, hold it straight. On an inhale, come forward, three-legged plank, and then bring your knee to your chest and step forward your right foot. Runner's lunge, inhale, lift the chest, then straighten your front right leg, exhale, pyramid. Rebend on the inhale, raise up your right arm, and you know this, circle the right arm back and down. And then both arms forward, rise up, high lunge pose. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your chest. Shoulder blades back, long spine, breathe in. And then twist over to your right now when you breathe out. Be really firm with the strength of your back leg and broaden the collarbones, shoulder blades pin back, and then cinch your waist to take yourself into a deeper rotation. Don't forget to breathe. Take one more breath in, hands to the ground, breathe out. Climb into your right leg, raise up the left, standing splits, and then bend the left lifted leg and slowly roll open your hip. Let this release the inner right thigh. Now close your left knee to your right knee, square off the hips slowly, and stand down into chair pose. So both the legs bend, raise up your arms, inhale. Bring your palms together overhead and then walk your feet into touch and squeeze your knees to touch. Take a deep breath in. And then when you breathe out, twist over to your left. Come back up through center, inhaling. Twist over to the right now, exhaling. Up through center, inhale. Left twist again, exhale. Center up, breathe in. Right twist again, breathe out. Now center up, stand up, inhale, forward bow when you exhale your breath. Half rise. Exhale, step back your right foot. Open up your left arm, inhale. Circle it back and down just once, and then both arms forward, uprise, high lunge. Warrior two. Turn over your left hand, exalted warrior, breathing in. Now side angle pose, reach forward and either lightly prop your left elbow onto your thigh or put a block or prop beneath your left hand. Angle your right arm forward so you have a long diagonal line coming up from the side of your back heel through the right fingertips. If this is problematic for your right shoulder, raise up your arm instead. Continue to hook your left butt underneath you. Continue to breathe and try to smile a little bit. One more inhale, breath. Restand up, warrior two. Exhale your breath. Hold at the top and inhale. Cartwheel your right hand down. Side plank pose. Step your left foot to your right foot. Raise up the side of the ribs. Come back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward dog and downward facing dog. Now raise your left leg, inhale. Step forward your left foot, exhale. Raise your chest, breathe in, runner's lunge, and straighten your left leg, breathe out. When you rebend the front knee, raise up your arm and circle it back and then down. High lunge, come forward and up with the arms, inhale. Palms into prayer, twist to the left again. Hold the twist, deep breath in, stay, breathe out. Now inhale, return to high lunge pose and open into warrior two. Straighten your left leg and raise up your left arm, breathe in. Now reach forward, forward, forward and come down into triangle pose. Place your right hand to your low ribs and squeeze them in and then manually rotate your rib cage up. Next, raise your right arm up into a T shape for the full expression of triangle pose. While you're here, regulate your breath. So Ujjayi breath, deep inhales and deep exhales. If this bothers your neck, feel free to look down. So you want your neck to be comfortable. Okay, come back up to warrior two, and then turn over the left arm, raise it, exalted warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your right hand to the floor, plant it. Now either step to side plank or step your left foot behind you for wild thing. Buck up your hips, arc forward your heart. Now take a big step with your left foot back to the top of the mat. Once it lands, climb into your left foot, raise up your right leg. Remember, you can use blocks here. Bend your right knee so your heel's near your bum, and then start to stack your right hip on the left. The next stage, take it or leave it, is to move your right hand to your hip, stack your shoulders. From there, kick your right leg straight, raise up your right arm, Adho Chandrasana, half moon pose. To come out of the pose, return your right hand to your hip, and then bend your right knee. Slowly square off your hips, bring down your right hand, close your right knee to your left knee, step down and forward fold. Half rise, breathe in, and exhale, bow down again. Now inhale, reverse dive, stand up, raise up your arms, and exhale, bring your hands to chest center. Take a small pause here with yourself. Next inhale, lift up your arms. Forward bow, exhale your breath. Half rise, inhaling. Step back your left foot this time. Raise up your right arm, inhale. Circle it back and down, exhale. Both arms forward, high lunge pose, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Inhale, exalted warrior. Now side angle pose, second side. So bring your right elbow to your thigh or bring your hand to a prop or to the floor and stretch your left arm far away from your left heel. Keep pushing down with the outer edge of your left foot so that your inner left knee doesn't take the pressure of this. One more deep breath in and stay, breathe out. When you inhale now, return up to warrior two. Cartwheel your left hand to the ground, plant it, side plank pose. So step the right foot to stack. Arc your left arm forward. Next, exhale, lower plank and chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, take your time. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now from down dog, raise up your right leg, inhale. Pull your knee towards your chest, exhale, step forward your right foot. Runner's lunge, breathe in. Pyramid when you breathe out. Rebend the right knee, raise up your arm, inhale. Circle your right arm back and down. And then both arms forward, high lunge pose, come up, inhale your breath. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your chest. Twist to your right, revolve lunge pose. Deep breath in, stay, breathe out, and then high lunge, unravel. Warrior two, open up to the side. Straighten your right leg and raise up your right arm. Exalted triangle, inhale. And then triangle pose, reach forward, forward, forward. Let the right hand come down to lightly rest on your shin or a prop or the floor. Raise your left arm to the ceiling. As you T-shape the arms, hold back the front low ribs so the spine stays long and unarched. And let the shoulder blades slip down the back away from your ears. Remember, the eyes can be up at the left thumb or let your eyes turn down to the ground. Whatever is most suitable for your neck. Okay, rebend your right knee, warrior two, inhale. Cartwheel your left hand to the ground, plant it. Wild thing or side plank, so step back your right foot to stack or step it behind you. Lift up for the belly, lift up and forward through the heart. You're going to re-step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat now. Once it's landed, walk your hands forward, climb into the right leg, raise your left leg, bend your left leg, stack your hips. You're moving towards half moon again. So stay at that stage or move your hand to your hip. Straighten the left leg, raise up your left arm. So many stages you can choose to stay at. How does your breath feel here? What gives you the most space to breathe and the most space to be in your body? To come out, rebend the left leg. Place down the left hand, square the hips, step down, forward fold. Half rise, inhale. And exhale, forward bow. Do it again, halfway lift. And exhale, bow, sigh out your breath. Reverse swan dive, stand up, raise up your arms. And exhale, hands to chest center. Lift your arms, breathe in. Forward bow as you breathe out. Halfway rise, inhale. Fingers down, right foot back. You know this now. Lift your left arm up, inhale. Circle it back and down. And then both arms forward, high lunge pose, come up, breathe in. Warrior two, face to the right, breathe out. Exalted warrior on the inhale. Side angle pose on the exhale. Hold the side angle, breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. Return to warrior two, inhale your breath. Now exhale, cartwheel your right hand to the ground planted. Take a hold of your left shin with your left hand and pick it up into a modified side plank. Regular side plank would do too. Now step your left foot behind you, wild thing. Take a deep breath in. Come over to plank pose, breathe out. Hold your plank for the inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathe in to raise your left leg up. Hold there, exhale. Three-legged plank, come forward, inhale. Bring your knee to your chest, step forward your left foot, runner's lunge. Inhale for that. Exhale, pyramid. Rebend your left knee and inhale your left hand to the ceiling. Circle your left arm back and then down, and then both arms forward, rise up, high lunge pose, inhale. Palms into prayer, twist to your left, exhale. Stay, breathe in. Stay, breathe out. Unravel, high lunge pose, inhaling. Warrior two, exhaling. Straighten your left leg, raise up your left arm, and then reach forward, 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 triangle pose. Right arm to the ceiling, or wrap your right arm behind your back for half a bind. If your arm's behind your back, you might find it nice to let your head loll down. This will give a stretch into the right side of your neck. Okay, release the bind. Return to warrior two. Inhale, raise the left arm up. Cartwheel down your right hand. Now, grab onto your big toe with your left piece fingers and see if you can pick up your foot. See if you can kick your foot right up to the ceiling. Now, of course, any side plank variation will do. And then you'll step your left foot behind you, wild thing. Somehow return your left foot to the top of the mat. Creep your hands forward, climb into the left leg, raise your right. We're coming into half moon pose again, or with your right leg bent and your hips stacked. Take your right hand to catch onto your right foot, and then you give a little kick of your foot into your hand. Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Now watch if you have the bind, you're not letting your knee travel up past the level of your hip. So you want the knee to be aligned with the hip socket. Out of this, place your right hand to the ground and rebend your right leg. Now you're going to bend your left leg, and as you squat down, cross your right leg behind your left leg, and you're going to squat down all the way to the floor. Come to seated. Now in your seated position, you'll want your right foot stepped outside of your left leg. And if it's uncomfortable for you to have both your legs bent, then straighten your right leg out in front of you. I'm going to leave mine bent. Take your left hand out behind you onto the ground. And then raise your right arm up to the ceiling. Long sideways. So when you exhale, twist over to your left. So a seated spinal twist. You can hold your elbow around your knee. You could hold your knee with your hand, or put the back of your arm on the outside of your right knee. Keep the spine long and move your breath along it. With every exhale breath, let go. Now unravel, first face forward and then counterbow over to your right. Let your left hip lift, that's fine. Come back up through center. Now crawl your hands forward and step into your left foot. Raise up your right leg. Now simply step down and forward fold. Halfway rise, breathe in. Forward bow, breathe out. Reverse dive, stand up and raise up your arms. And exhale, hands to chest center. Raise up your arms, breathe in. And then forward bow, exhale now. Half rise, inhale. Fingers down, step your left foot back. Raise up your right arm, inhale. Circle your arm back and down, exhale. Both arms forward, rise up, high lunge pose. Warrior two, exhale. Exalted warrior, breathe in. Side angle pose when you breathe out. Hold side angle, reach the left arm, inhale. Stay, exhale. Rise up, warrior two, breathing in. Exhale, cartwheel your left hand to the ground, plant it. Now hold your right shin. Pick up your right shin. Come into a modified side plank pose. Step your right toes behind you, wild thing. Come over, plank pose. Hold the plank, inhale. Lower chaturanga. Take all the time you need. Upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Raise your right leg, inhale. Now come forward, three-legged plank. Draw your knee towards your chest. Step forward your right foot, runner's lunge, inhale. Straighten your right front leg, exhale. Rebend the right knee, raise up your right arm, inhaling. Circle your right arm back and down, and then both arms forward, uprise, high lunge. Twisted lunges next with the palms in prayer. Rotate to your right. Palms are together, shoulder blades on the back. Stay. Unravel, high lunge pose, inhale. Warrior two. Straighten your right leg and raise up your right arm, exalted triangle. Now triangle pose, second round for this set. Take your left arm up. Option to wrap your left arm behind your back for half the bind. Breathe across your left collarbone. And if you're in the bind, consider letting the right side of the head wag down. Raise your left arm back up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Pause, breathe in. Cartwheel down your left hand. Now take your peace fingers and grab your right big toe. Pick your foot up any amount. Someday or maybe today, kick your right leg up into the air. Full extension, and then wild thing, step your right foot behind you. Grip with your left fingers. Step your right foot all the way back to the top of the mat. Plant it. Climb into the right leg, standing splits. Now your options here, remember, are half moon pose, stacking the hips, or with the left knee still bent, take your left hand and hold your left foot. Give a little kick of the foot into the hand, so long as this isn't painful for your lifted knee, while keeping the bottom knee, the right knee, pointing forward. Release your foot, rebend your left knee no matter where you're at. And then remember, to come out of this, you'll bend your right knee, cross your left leg behind your right leg, squat down to come to sit onto the ground. Take your time. Once you're sitting on the ground, decide if your left leg needs to straighten or if you can keep it folded back. Put your right fingers to the mat behind you. Shrug your right shoulder down your back. Raise your left arm up, breathe up, and then twist over to the right this time. Assert your right hip forward and down, otherwise it will lift up and come back with you in the twist. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And just let your breath travel. Let it clear the column of your spine and let it clear your mind. Okay, unravel your twist and counter bow to the left this time. Sit back up. Crawl your hands forward. Climb into the right leg. Raise your left leg, standing splits. And then step down and forward fold. Roll your way up to stand. Slowly stack up. Tadasana went at the top. Stand here for a moment. Feel your body and feel your breath. Inhale, lift up your arms. And exhale, forward bow. Half rise, inhale. Step back both of your feet. Downward facing dog. Plank pose. Lower all the way down onto the ground. Once you're on your belly, prop up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Now you can either stay in Sphinx pose or lower your chest to the ground and prepare for locust. So you'll want to bring your arms back by your sides, palms face the floor, grip down with your finger pads. Begin with the tops of your feet pressing into the mat and simply just peel your chest off the floor. Reach back with the tailbone and spin the insides of the legs higher towards the ceiling. Hold here, deep breath in, and then release yourself down as you breathe out. Release out of the shape of the pose now and take just a moment to rest. For this second round, if you want to return to a more restorative position, stay in Sphinx, but consider propping your forehead with a block. Otherwise, come along for a little bit of a deeper shape. So propping onto your forearms, bend both of your legs so the shins are vertical. Bend your ankles. And then push up with the soles of your feet. This will take more work than you suspect. So as you push up with the tops of the feet, feel the muscles contract. Feel the strengthening of your back. Hold just a little bit longer. And then bring it all down. Rest onto the ground. Wiggle your hips from side to side. For this third round, you can stay in Sphinx, propped up or not. You can take locust or rebend your legs again. This time, you'll take your hands to grip onto your ankles. The ankles will still be bent. And then you kick your shins straight back first so that the leg strength picks your chest up off of the ground. Over time, you push up with your feet, but mostly kick back. Stay breathing, as restrictive as that might feel. Okay, let yourself come down. Let yourself rest on the ground. Lying on your tummy, bend your legs and windshield wash your shins loosely side to side. Next, make your way up onto your hands and your knees. So tabletop position. And then take a really slow, deliberate cat pose. So round your back up. Push your hands down. Hang down your head. Let your back stretch. Come back to a neutral spine. Next, step your right knee forward and cross your right leg in front of your left leg. So we're setting up for Gomukhasana. So cross your legs while on hands and knees. Widen your feet out so you can see your heels past the sides of your hips. You might want to have a prop to sit on. So you sit back between the heels, whether you're sitting onto a block or not. And if that doesn't work for your knees, I'm going to give you another option right now. So instead of sitting up, you'll lie onto your back and take the same shape. So cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And then you draw your knees down on towards your torso. You can hold at the ankles for a little bit more intensity if you wish. Now for those of you who are staying upright for the seated Gomukhasana, begin with your spine up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Then you breathe out, toy with leaning forward a little bit, not rounding at the back, but rather let the pelvic bowl tilt forward and just feel into the sensations in the hips. Personally, I like to also lean back in this shape. This makes me feel some stretch in the sides of my hips, and for me right now, it also helps me to gently traction my low back. So if you have that feeling in your body, you want it to be very slight, not prominent. So continue to feel your way through the shape of the pose and how the many angles of the pelvic bowl can offer different access points. Enter with your breath. Okay, to come out of this, if you're on your back, just switch to the second side. Otherwise, kick your legs out in front of you, give them a little shake. Come over onto your hands and knees, maybe slip in a few cat-cows, and then set up for the second side. So cross your left thigh in front of the right. Mindfully sit back between the heels, making sure that there's no pain in your knees. So remember, if there is knee pain, you're lowering onto your back for the reclined option. Once set up, if you're upright, find length in the spine, find your breath, and then play with moving forward and back. Take your time. Take long, smooth breaths. Okay, kick your legs out ahead of you, untangling them. Paschimottanasana. Stretch your legs out ahead. They might be bent, that's okay. Sit nice and tall. And then forward bow by tilting the pelvic bowl. So let the navel drop forward towards the ground. Bend the ankles to the tops of your feet. Draw towards your nose. Push your heels forward and breathe. Deep breath in. And deep sigh out. Do that again. Inhale. Clear exhale. Next, sit your way up and then come to lie onto your back. Once you're on your back, widen your feet to about mat width apart and then very slowly start to windshield wash your shins left and right. You can have your arms out by your sides, or my personal favorite is to have my arms overhead. Feel how the movement of the legs unwinds the low back. Feel how it opens up the front ridges of the hip flexors into the TFL. Give the weight of yourself to the ground. The next time your knees fall to the right, consider leaving them there. And then over to the left and consider leaving them there. And then bring your knees back up and hug them into your chest. And when you're ready, stretch out into Shavasana. Let the legs be apart, the toes turned out. Give your arms some distance from the sides of your body. Your palms, they're turned up. Your head resting. The eyes resting behind closed eyelids. Let go of any breath effort. And let yourself slip deep into yourself. Let yourself slip deep into rest. Okay, bring movement back to your fingers and back to your toes. Take your time to draw your knees in and then turn over to a fetal position. Take as much time as you'd like here to pause. And then eventually sit yourself back up to seated. Bringing one hand to your chest. Let your head bow down. Have this final moment here with yourself. Namaste.